The 2024 Paris Summer Olympic Games inspired us to create this documentary. North York has a close relationship with many of Canada's sporting talents. Some of them were born in North York, attended North York schools, lived in North York or have been laid to rest in a cemetery at North York. Due to our limited sources of information, it would not be possible to include all relevant athletes in this documentary. If you have information about any other athletes, please let us know and we can create a second documentary on them. Now, let's take a look at athletes who have ties to North York. Winnie Roche-Lussler, the first Canadian to swim the English Channel. August 16, 2024 will mark the 73rd anniversary of North Yorker Winifred Winnie Roche-Lussler, making history as the first Canadian to swim the English Channel, after she served for the Canadian Women's Army Corps during the Second World War. In 1951, the London, England Daily Mail invited the world's top 20 swimmers from 10 countries to compete, swimming from France to England. Swimming the front crawl at 40 strokes per minute in shivery 9 Celsius and battling high waves, Winnie made the crossing to the foot of the White Cliffs of Dover in 13 hours and 25 minutes, coming in 7th despite losing her goggles and being stung in an eye by a jellyfish. She swam upwards of 40 miles over a course which is about 21 miles. Winnie, 25 years old and a mother of 3 children living in North York, was instantly world famous and a heroine to Canadians. In 1957, Winnie achieved another sport first, becoming Canada's first female baseball umpire. In 1996, Winnie was inducted into the Canadian Forces Sports Hall of Fame. In 1999, she was inducted into the Ontario Aquatic Hall of Fame and received the Order of Ontario. In 2000, her hometown inducted her into the Mississauga Sports Hall of Fame. Winifred Roche-Lussler died in 2004. Her English Channel swim was an inspiration to others, including Marilyn Bell, who followed in her footsteps in 1955. Athletes associated with the Summer Olympics. Crispin Nathan Dueñas, born in 1986 at North York, is one of Canada's top male archers with a successful international career as both a cadet and junior. In 2007, Crispin braked and re-braked national records in the feet around. He started to represent Canada in 2008 Beijing Olympics and attended every Summer Olympics from then on. Crispin won team and individual gold at the 2019 Pan Am Games, which secured him an Olympic berth at 2020 Tokyo Olympics. He ended with a final ranking of 9th place in Tokyo, which was Canada's best showing in archery at the Olympics since 1976. Crispin holds degrees in physics and education from the University of Toronto and works as a high school substitute teacher in math and physics. Crispin said math and physics knowledge helps him with archery. Justin Warner, born in 1987 at North York, is a Canadian track athlete specializing in the 100 meters. In 2012, Warner won his first Canadian championship and made his Olympic debut at 2012 London Olympics, where he was a semi-finalist in the 100m and ran the anchor leg of the 4x100 meter relay. Justin is the former Canadian junior record holder in winning silver at the 2005 Junior Pan American Championships. He is a 2-time IAAF World Championships bronze winner as a member of the 4x100 meter relay team in 2013 and 2015. Kamika Bingham Forbes, born in 1994 at North York, is a Canadian track and field athlete who specializes in the 100 meters. Kamika was the only Canadian to qualify for a 100-meter final at the 2014 Commonwealth Games. She anchored the 4x100 meter relay that broke the national record at the 2015 IAAF World Relays and qualified Canada for 2016 Rio Olympics. As national 100m champion, Kamika went on to anchor the 4x100 meter relay to bronze at the 2015 Pan Am Games in Toronto, where she finished 6th in the 100m with a personal best time of 11.13 seconds. She anchored the 4x100 meter relay that repeated their 6th place finish at the IAAF World Championships with a national record 42.60. In the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, she was a semi-finalist in the 100m. Kamika won her 3rd national championship title in women's 100 meters at the Canadian Track and Field Championships in 2023. Sarah Mitten, born in 1996 at North York, is a Canadian athlete specializing in the shot put. She is the 2023 World Silver Medalist and 2024 World Indoor Champion, the first Canadian woman to medal in the shot put at either World Athletics Global Championship. As well, she is the 2023 Pan American, 2022 Commonwealth, and 2019 Summer Universiade champion. Sarah represented Canada at 2020 Tokyo Olympics, and holds both the indoor and outdoor national records in women's shot put. Sarah secured second place at the Diamond League track and field event in Stockholm, Sweden in June 2024. The 28-year-old mitten heads to 2024 Paris Olympics as a top medal contender. She describes herself, "is a lot stronger and she's just a lot less scared of everything." Sasha Memedovic was born in 1985 at Pančevo, Serbia, and came to Canada in 1993, when he was 8 years old. He has made North York, Ontario, home and represented Canada in the Olympic Games twice, in the 2008 Beijing Olympics and in the 2012 London Olympics. Sasha Memedovic was Canadian champion in 2007 and 2010. He won 4 Pan American medals between 2006 and 2012 and won the World Cup in Apia in 2011 among 7 World Cup medals. Sasha Memedovic became youth coach for Canada in 2013. An episode: George Crompton and Dad's Olympic Oak. George Crompton worked for Toronto's Canadian National Telegraph, CNT, and was a member of the Maple Leaf Bike Club in the 1930s. At the 1933 Canadian Cycling Championships, he finished second in the 2-mile race. In the following year, he flashed across the wire with the best time at the exhibition in the 1,000 meters Olympic time trial. In 1936, George Crompton went to Berlin as a cyclist on the Canadian Olympic team. The team finished 9th in the men's team pursuit on the cycling track. At the Olympic Games, Red Oaks were presented to Olympic gold medalists as a living memory of the Games. George was not a gold medalist, but he was impressed by the thought of a living legacy of the Games. So, when he returned home, he dug up a red sapling from a neighbor's front lawn and planted it on his home yard at Haven Road, North York. It has been there ever since and is referred to as Dad's Olympic Oak. When the Second World War broke out in 1939, George enlisted in the 3rd Highland Light Infantry of Canada. He was at the Bergen-Belsen concentration camp where he worked with translators, helping people re-establish their lives. Germany in 1936 was anything but friendly. The red oak tree remains on Haven Road as one of the few good things that come out of the 1936 Olympics. Athletes associated with the Winter Olympics. Canada has competed at every Winter Olympic Games, and has won at least 1 medal each time. Figure skating was the first winter sport to be included in the Olympic Games, with its introduction occurring at the 1908 Olympics in London. Since 1924, the sport has been a part of the Winter Olympic Games. Talking about the Canadian figure skating athletes, Patrick Chon is one of the outstanding among them. He is a recognized master of figure skating who has made a great contribution to this sport. Chon graduated from École Secondaire Étienne Brule, a French language school in North York. After he became national champion, the school created an annual sporting award in his honor. As a Canadian former competitive figure skater, Chon achieved an outstanding record: 2018 Olympic gold medalist in the team event, 2014 Olympic silver medalist in the men's and team events, 3-time world champion and 4 continents champion, 2-time Grand Prix final champion and 10-time Canadian national champion. Patrick Chon retired from competition in mid-2018, but he was often being invited to participate in the ice performance. He announced that the 2024 Stars on Ice Tour is his final farewell to the ice, and he bid adieu to his devoted fans across Canada through it. Paul Poirier, born in 1991, is a Canadian ice dancer. He also graduated from École Secondaire Étienne Brule, a French language school in North York as Patrick Chon. Paul, with Piper Gillis, is a 3-time world medalist, the 2024 Four Continents champion, and the 2022-2023 Grand Prix final champion. As well, he is a 6-time ISU Grand Prix gold medalist and 3-time Canadian national champion. Paul and Piper competed for Canada at Vancouver 2010, Pyeongchang 2018 and Beijing 2022 Olympics. Cynthia Apia, born in 1990 at North York, is a Canadian bobsledder who has been competing in the sport since 2014. Apia made her World Cup debut in 2016. In 2018, she shifted to the pilot position and later made her World Cup debut as a bobsleigh pilot in the 2019-2020 season. At the IBSF World Championships 2021 in Altenburg, Germany, Apia placed 5th and 9th in monobob and 2-woman bobsleigh, respectively. At the 2022 Beijing Olympics, she placed 8th in both the monobob and 2-woman bobsleigh. Nikki Keddick was born in North York. She is a Canadian biathlete who competed in the women's individual 15 km and women's 4 by 7.5 km relay at the 1998 Nagano Olympics. An episode: Sister of Smith and Green Meadows. In 1924, Cecil Smith became the first female figure skater to represent Canada at the Winter Olympics. She placed 6th individually and 7th in pairs, together with Melville Rogers. At the 1928 Winter Olympics she finished 5th individually. In 1930, she won the silver medal at the World Figure Skating Championships in singles. Her elder sister, Maude Smith, was also a figure skater. She and her partner Jack Eastwood skated to a 10th place finish at the 1928 Winter Olympics. They were the runners-up in 1929 and 1933 Canadian Figure Skating Championships pairs competition and had a 3rd place finish at the 1934. Maude Smith married Bud McDougald, who eventually rose to be the manager of operations at Canada's wealthy Argus Corporation and was described as Canada's most powerful industrialist. Bud McDougald also built the famous Green Meadows on the 300 acres farmland on the east side of Leslie Street and south of Finch at North York, where produced the first Canadian horses to race in England. After Bud's death, Maude continued to live at Green Meadows. Cecil, her sister, came to live with her. Green Meadows was designated as a historical site by the City of Toronto in 2001. Athletes who rested in North York Cemetery. Lionel Pretoria Conacher, Canada's athlete and politician. He was nicknamed the Big Train for his skill in hockey, football, lacrosse, baseball, boxing, wrestling, track and field. Conacher was voted the country's top athlete of the first half of the 20th century as he won championships in numerous sports. He won the Memorial Cup, Grey Cup, Stanley Cup, twice, and Canadian Light Heavyweight Boxing Championship. He played pro lacrosse, winning the Ontario Lacrosse Association senior title with the Toronto Maitlands, baseball, winning the International League and Junior World Series with the Toronto Maple Leafs, and even wrestled professionally. Conacher entered politics in 1937 and was Liberal MPP for Toronto Brackendale. In 1949, he was elected federal MP for Toronto Trinity. He died of a heart attack after hitting a triple in a charity softball game. Conacher rested at St. John's York Mills Anglican Church Cemetery, located in North York. Miles Gilbert. Tim Horton was a Canadian professional ice hockey defenseman, who played 24 seasons in the National Hockey League. He spent the majority of his career playing for the Toronto Maple Leafs. In 2017, Horton was named one of the 100 greatest National Hockey League players in history. Horton was also a successful businessman, who co-founded Tim Hortons restaurant chain. In 1964, Horton opened his first Tim Horton donut shop in Hamilton, Ontario on Ottawa Street. Upon Horton's death in 1974 at age 44, his business partner Ron Joyce bought out the Horton family's shares. Today, Tim Hortons is a flagship of Restaurant Brands International, who also won Burger King. Hockey and Tim Hortons are now part of Canadian life and considered a Canadian icon. Miles Gilbert Horton died in a single-vehicle crash and rested at York Cemetery in North York. Special days set up for athletes in North York. During the 1990s, the City of North York proclaimed the special days for honoring the outstanding athletes who contributed to the community. North York Wall of Fame was designed in the main hall of North York Civic Center. Dave Winfield Day, August 11, 1993. Wendell Clark Day, August 23, 1994. Daniel Nestor Day, July 14, 1998. Dave Winfield is a Major League Baseball star who inspired, motivated and captured the hearts and imagination of the citizens of the city of North York and all of metropolitan Toronto, and Dave Winfield's turnaround program encouraged North York youth to live free of drugs and alcohol and boosted their feelings of self-esteem and empowerment. The mayor of the city of North York proclaimed August 11, 1993 as Dave Winfield Day in the city of North York, in recognition of his commitment to youth in our community and throughout North America. Wendell Clark is a star athlete who has inspired, motivated, and excited generations of fans as a member and captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs Hockey Club, and Wendell Clark is a champion on the ice as a player and off the ice as an ardent supporter of the Canadian Liver Foundation, for which has raised significant funds and public awareness. The mayor of the city of North York proclaimed August 23, 1994 to be Wendell Clark Day, to honor his great accomplishments and convey wishes for his good luck and success always. Daniel Nestor, former North York resident and one of Canada's top men's singles players ranked 106th internationally, is honoured yearly on July 14 by the North York Tennis Association at Daniel Nestor Tennis Fest, and proceeds from the Daniel Nestor Tennis Fest benefit both the Philport Children's Fund, a charity introducing inner-city kids to 6 weeks of summer tennis camp, and Bloorview Macmillan Children's Foundation, a hospital devoted to the rehabilitation of children with disabilities. The mayor of the City of Toronto proclaimed July 14, 1998 as Daniel Nestor Day in the City of Toronto and urged all residents in the tennis community to attend this annual fundraising event benefiting both inner-city children and rehabilitation of children with disabilities. A volunteer from North York. Finally, we hope to have time to talk about volunteers for the sports events. It is often said that it is the volunteers who make the games. The importance of volunteers can be seen from the meticulous and smooth running of the games. Thank you to all the volunteers who silently provide support and service in various successful sports events. Mona Yeganiji is one of these volunteers. She was born in Iran and immigrated to Canada with her family at age 8. The family lived in North York, and Mona graduated from Earl Haig Secondary School. The 2010 Vancouver Winter Olympic and Paralympic Games was Mona's first big games, where she was part of the opening and closing ceremonies, along with acting as a medal and flower bearer, delivering the first Canadian medal to mogul skier Jennifer Heil. Then, Mona took part in a series of Olympic Games and worked various roles as a volunteer. From 2022 to now, Mona is Deputy Venue Broadcast Manager at Olympic Broadcasting Services. In the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, she was Deputy Venue Media Manager. Now, Mona Yeganiji works as Head of Communications, WFP Country Office International Consultant at the United Nations. Congratulations, Team Canada! From July 26 to August 11, 317 athletes officially represented Canada and won 27 medals in the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. We are proud of you all. Congratulations!